I'm grateful for those years, but I wish I understood the comp plan fully, or at least get a better grasp at it.
Somebody could join doTERRA now, build a team, and get a piece of the growth from everyone who's ever built because of the pools. It's so brilliant. Good morning, friends, and happy Wednesday. My name is Andy Goddard, and I have a crazy belief that you were born to create, and that creation is just the water that you swim in, and doTERRA just happens to be the very best vehicle to create in, whether it's creating better sleep, creating better relationships, creating better opportunities, creating better contribution, like purpose. That's where doTERRA shines, is giving us that playground to create in. And I'm super grateful for the journey that Natalie and I have had for the last 18 years of creating together. That's the other thing doTERRA offers, is a space to create as a couple if you choose to, and the opportunity to be in partnership with so many of you. We have seen so many leaders see the opportunity, rise up and run and make absolute magic happen here in doTERRA. So we have almost 1,000 diamonds. Last count was 992 on our team, and so many other brilliant leaders of all different ranks. One of the things that we love to do is to hear some of your stories, to hear different successes at all different levels, and to hear what's working. How many of you are lifetime scientists studying the art of success? Well, that's what we are all about here, and that's what we want to focus on, is specific stories, specific people who have had recent successes. And so today we've invited Felicia to come on. She is a silver leader. So we've invited Felicia to come and share a little bit of her journey. First, I'd like to hear, what was your life like before doTERRA? What was a day in the life like? What were the struggles? What were the health concerns? What brought you here?
And I jokingly said to you, do we only have 60 minutes?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, when people ask that question, how far back do you go, right? So basically, before doTERRA, I was with another direct sales company of 7 years, and I didn't jump straight into doTERRA. I was asked by my God to leave because my belief in that company basically kept dwindling for various reasons. And then so I finally left, got the courage to leave because there was quite a few things that was holding me there, mainly my community, my leaders that I still adore and really, really love. So after that, I went into a certification program for leadership coaching for women entrepreneurs. And I really thought that's where I was heading towards. But then any one of you know who have teen boys in sports, two of my boys were, well, one still are. He's an elite gymnast, and the other one was in varsity football. There's always something to heal men in rehab in those type of sports. And we quickly realized that making appointments, going to the doctor, not even touching that part of your body that hurts and say, go and rest, was a waste of time. So we really needed to be empowered at home. And that eventually led me to a holistic health school, which I'm a student of. And then that led me to getting board certified as a health wellness coach. And then doTERRA popped into my lap again. It popped in my lap 5 years prior with a dear friend of mine that you all know, if I said her name. And but I wasn't ready then. So, and when doTERRA was offered to me again, I was quite ambivalent actually. I did not thought I needed it. I just thought, I've got rid of scents in my home. Like I do not need more perfumes and smells. So that's all how ignorant I was. But having said that, one of my sons, he got pill fatigue. I didn't know what it was. He says all of a sudden, I can't swallow these pills, Mom. They got too big. Like, no, you got bigger. The pills stay the same, but you need supplementation because you're an athlete and you're putting out 20 hours a week. You need supplementation. So I was so grateful at that time the MG came out. And I go, oh, let me investigate into this. So I'm a researcher. My friends who know me, I like to deep dive into the purity, efficacy, mechanism of action, all of it. So I go, well, let's give it a try. What do we have to lose, right? So, but before we even had a product experience, my sponsor now, Judy Danaher, invited me to experience doTERRA. So that was actually my first encounter with doTERRA. And I did not want to go. I was so ambivalent. And then my husband said, well, what do you have to lose? I go, just my time, but I guess it'll be nice to see her again and see other people and have the experience and visit the corp. I was really nonchalant. And then even when I came after and I saw through different set of eyes how amazing the company is, how the culture is so different. Of course, you can't help but compare, right?
Hmm.
Um, I was still ambivalent. I was blown away. Had amazing experience with Natalie, with the essential motion breakthrough that I still hold on to today with the mantra that I left with. I expanded it though, and I was still hands off, ambivalent, because I had a direction I wanted to go with health and wellness coaching. And then again, my husband says, okay, the reason I bring my husband is because in my previous company, he's always been
Hmm.
hands off. He's always said, do whatever you want to do. I will
Mm.
bless you, I'll support you. But when he speaks into a business that I could potentially go into, I tend to listen more because God seems to speak through our spouses, don't they?
Mhm. Very often. Always been the case for me.
Yes. So basically, he just said, again, what do you have to lose, right? It fits into what you're going to do. And I don't know why, I was really just trying to push everything off. And
Mm.
um, and finally I said to Judy and Sarah, I just said, okay, I'm ready. So they enrolled me. They thought they were just enrolling me as a customer. So we said bye. And I go, wait a minute. I actually want to sign up to be a wellness advocate. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, here we go. So it was then 2 weeks later they came out and did my launch. So that was it.
That's amazing. So you talked about some of the health goals you had with your sons. Um, I know that other companies, now that I've been blessed, the doTERRA has been the only company we've built with. But tell us about what some of the downsides were in the other company. You don't have to be specific, but what's building a business like in that other company?
Of course, hindsight is 2020, right?
Mm.
So I wish I understood different comp plan models of the direct
Mhm.
sales business. So that model is a breakaway model.
Mhm.
Every time I promoted a leader, I got a down pay. I got degrade. My pay went smaller
Mhm.
because of the breakaway model. And at first I go, What's going on?" And I was told to work harder, so I did. And then another promoted, and I go, wait a minute, my paycheck shrunk again. I believe in that leader, so I helped as much as I can, invested as much as I can, time and money. And it's still, I go, this does not make sense. So and a leader now in doTERRA is, we were talking and trying to understand and even try to talk to the CEO to say, hey, what's going on? Can we help, keep leaders here? Because every time they promote a certain level, they leave because it doesn't support their effort. And but after when we knew that it wasn't going to happen, I stayed on for 2 more years, and because I love my leaders, I just really love training them. I love inspiring them. I love leading them, and they were the main last. They and my community of customers that I built were the last reason why I held on. And I knew that if I were to leave, God needs to lead me into another community. So that's why I was in the leadership program, coaching program. So it was not as it was smooth logistically, emotionally. My heart was still hanging around. But I'm forever grateful for the other company for giving me the opportunity to step out, to act upon the passion that I have, to fulfill what I, at that time, my purpose was to really to serve and to help people to detox their homes, and also to give me opportunity to really lead leaders because there's no safer environment than the one you create your own, right? And for me to see people rise up and to believe in themselves, that was my jam. So fortunately, I did not have to rely on an income in
Mm.
order to keep going. Otherwise, I may have jetted sooner. But I'm really grateful for all the
Yeah.
learning and growing experiences because I think of my son who is in his sophomore in college, another rising senior, rising freshman, and you know, the economy that they're going to enter into after college is pretty
Hmm.
dire, to
Hmm.
be honest with you. And there's nowhere you could start a business for nothing
Hmm.
and to grow into something really beautiful, and that's truly a legacy.
Yeah, so true. Wow. So I don't know if we in doTERRA fully appreciate what Felicia's sharing here, but try to imagine that you're this rock star leader who keeps launching new leaders, right? Let's say you just become this silver factory, and the more silvers you launch, the more your check goes down. Like, I don't know, it's hard for us to fully appreciate just how discouraging that would be because our
Mhm.
comp plan is the exact opposite, right? The more leaders you launch, the more you make. It's just the opposite. So it's wow. I have massive respect for people who have built. I think from what I heard too, the retention rate at the other company was about 3%.
I don't know what
So
it is recently, but
yeah.
it's yeah. Hmm.
So imagine 3% building that business compared to our 65%, like night and day, right? Just I can't even imagine the struggle to try to like it's like you're trying to fill a bathtub, but there's no stopper in there. And so
Correct.
you're trying to just pour water faster and faster and yeah, there's just no brakes. It's a treadmill that never stops. So,
Right. And some people do thrive on that because it
yeah.
is, and it could be an addiction because
Hmm.
you are rewarded and recognized for your
Hmm.
performance, your achievements,
Yeah.
and you can get riled up on that. And I was caught up in that for the first 4, even 5 years as
Hmm.
top recruiter, top sales. I mean, always earning the incentive trip, and it was, you just ride from high to high to high. So, I mean, I could
Hmm.
actually do another, I actually was planning to do another discussion about work addiction because
Hmm.
it's a real thing, especially for,
Yeah.
I still am, at the time I was homeschooling two little boys and, you don't get anything from
Hmm.
two little kids, however many little kids you have, and to have that recognition and that really
Right.
fills your soul. I do have
Hmm.
a wonderful husband, please, so, but that part of that work ethic that really made me thrive. And if you're like type A, you're a go-getter, you got to feel that somewhere. And
Hmm.
so again, I'm grateful for those years, but I wish I understood the comp plan fully, or at least get a better grasp at it. That when they say you're here to build a legacy, it wasn't mine. It
Hmm.
was the company's legacy.
Yep.
And that was a big shock
Hmm.
when I finally realized what I was building was nothing, really nothing.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
really trade the same treadmill as work trading time for money.
Yeah.
And that was a big surprise to me.
Totally.
But I was but I'm grateful, like I said, for all the experience that it brought me.
That's beautiful. Well, I love to see you choosing into gratitude, even for the hard parts of another journey.
Mhm.
So you find doTERRA, you finally open your mind, come to experience doTERRA, and you catch the vision even more than your upline thought, and you choose into the business. So then they come out for the launch. Tell us what that launch process was like. Um, I think I think I know how your upline builds, but why don't for those who are just hearing your story or maybe they don't know your upline, tell us what that launch process looks like.
Um, Do you want the emotional part of it, or do you want the logistical part of it?
Let's start with logistics because I think some people think the only way to build nowadays is online, that you have to have a social media following with, tens of thousands of followers, maybe more, I don't think that's how you build. So,
No, because my market has gone cold because it has been 3 years since I left my other company, and I was basically starting from scratch again,
mhm,
and in a new church community and all of it. So when they came out and said, "Let's do 4 classes," I go, it was
mhm,
the first 2 weeks of December where everybody was so busy.
mhm,
I just But again, my dear husband said, if you don't get people thinking about health now, they already they already know which health program they're going to go with in January, because January
Hmm.
is when everybody starts doing the weight loss thing and all of that. So again, wisdom from him, encouragement, and so we made it happen. We had one cancellation because there was a no show, but we ended up having the most wonderful feast at the Korean restaurant and forever etched in my mind, in our minds. But the other ones were all basically um, one was at my home, open up my living room. We had about 5 people came, a few enrolled, and then the second one was at my friend's music shop. She teaches music, and she graciously opened up her space. 2 people come came, and then one eventually came on my team. Um, and then the third one was at somebody else's. She has a childcare space. After childcare, we all went there, set up shop, and had a class. And all but the host enrolled. So I don't remember how many enrolled and all that. Honestly, the first year it was quite a blur because I basically said, I'm going to launch, but I'm going to be very hands off in how much I can learn at this phase in the beginning phase. And it felt like I was literally being carried down a lazy river. All the support I needed, how to teach the class, to enroll, Judy and Sarah literally took it on. And with that, I felt, I guess I keep coming back to the word safe because the environment, I had to build up my belief again. So if you're any one of you who are familiar with the Clifton Strengths Finder, my number one strength is belief. When that was dashed, like literally demolished, I had to slowly build that back up. And but once I have the belief, there's no stopping. So I had to slowly rebuild that, and they were so gracious with everything, their time, their belief in me, and encouraged me to go to experience doTERRA. That even at that launch, I was able to go to leadership conference in March, 3 months later. And again, it was so, the word is healing keeps coming to me because I didn't know I had things I had to heal. And then, but entering doTERRA, doing all the launches, and then learning the ropes, learning the systems that's been set up for us it's a very healing journey.
Beautiful. So it sounds like the primary business activity was in-person classes, regardless of the venue. Could have been homes, could have been, shops, day, childcare. So, so it sounds like in-person classes still work.
It still works. I know you're trying to encourage that, and it does work whether it's with one or with many.
Yeah.
When I used to do classes or workshops or parties, I had to get, you invite your 30, you get your 15 yeses,
Mhm.
and 10 come, 8 will order, 8 to 10, and then 2 will host the party afterwards. So
Hmm.
we knew the stats for that. This was harder to for me to imagine that you really need just a smaller number, and then it was a very different pace. So I
Hmm.
had to really rein myself in. But the ones that we did not catch in person I mean, I live in the Silicon Valley, so
Hmm.
busyness is just the 4 letter
Hmm.
word that everybody just throws around. And busyness, no, busy. So
Hmm.
we held the rest on Zoom, and those were attended very well. But after that, I got hold of the health scans. So the rest of the year, I basically built my business on the Visera and the Zyto health scans, one-on-one.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Fantastic. So it sounded like you didn't really bring a team over from another company. You had to start with a fresh, new pool of people that was really not a super hot market for you, but kind of a lukewarm market that you knew, but maybe didn't have. I mean, it sounds like you found some great people, but it is possible to build this business and have success even without a massive warm market.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, one did when she found out I was doing doTERRA, she did say, I want to be with
Mhm.
you." So that felt really good. She's such a loyal and such a hard worker. But yes, I was basically starting from scratch,
Mm.
because it's yeah, it's good. Everybody has their own path, everybody has their own
Yeah.
way, and own pace.
Mm.
So
Fantastic. So now that you've built and had an amazing success here in doTERRA, tell us some of the word that you keep coming back to is healing. What are some other ways you would describe the difference at doTERRA? What's the doTERRA difference?
it's the pace. And I need to test the I life happened, so much of life happened the first year that I accidentally or incidentally tested the comp plan where you could ride on residual.
Mhm.
So I was studying for my board exam and I had to go head down, do my practicum, and I could not touch my doTERRA business. And then after my exam, I had a surgery, couldn't touch my doTERRA business. I was healing. And but my paychecks just kept going, steady. And then earlier this last year, 2026, pardon me, 2020, yeah, 2026, this year, we had major health issues in our home, and that just took me out. I had to focus on that, with a member in our family, and but the paycheck just kept steady. So I'm happy to prove, that it truly is a residual income comp plan, and I would never wish that on anybody, but it is a true fact when we say this is a residual income opportunity and a business that you could build. So that's one part of it, was testing
Mm.
that out and then again shifting my belief and putting more belief in the comp plan,
Mm.
that truly is what it says it is.
Wow, that is so powerful. One of our top leaders, PJ, has said that doTERRA is the most forgiving business that she's ever found. And what she means by that is just what you just said, that you can you can build something, you can be in a high growth season, and then whenever you need to, you can step away, you can take a break, and you can come back and pick it up.
Mhm.
Um, and we have another leader, who built all the way to presidential, and she's had some fallouts with some of her leaders, and she's going in now and doing everything she can to just repair and heal and start again with those leaders. And so I just love this idea that the business model is inherently gracious. Like there's this grace that we can give ourselves, that we can give our leaders, and expect that in return, um, so that we're not just on the grind 24/7, just go, 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 no space for pause, break, breathing. Like it's such a forgiving business model.
Right. And it's so for you.
Yeah.
And your leaders, again, if any one of you are just wondering whether to hop into this business or not, choose your leaders wisely too.
Mhm.
And check them out just like you would be dating, and just
Mhm.
choose your leaders wisely. I knew my two leaders from my previous company, so we already have an established friendship there. But choose your leaders wisely and do look at the comp plan. If you don't understand it all, ask the questions that you're afraid of asking. That, what if this happens, then what? Right? Ask the real question that's going to impact you the most. But most of all, I would say find your purpose, because your purpose is what's going to drive you no matter what's going on in your business. Ups and downs is normal. As an entrepreneur, it's just part of life. But there's no other place except in the direct industry world where you could start a business for pretty much nothing, but
Mhm.
choose the right one that's the right fit for you, that really resonate with your heart, that, one that will help you to fulfill your purpose in life.
Mm, wow. I love that. Oh, so much wisdom there. So give us an idea of, and I have noticed this as leaders have come over from other companies. Um, One of the greatest benefits they bring is this sense of partnership, right? Like they know how important it is to find leaders. And I would say the doTERRA's comp plan, it's even more crucial. Your ability to identify, to attract, to develop leaders. Um, so talk to us about that. What's been your strategy? What are your requirements, as you say, as you're interviewing and looking for leaders? What are you looking for?
Self-initiators. I mean, it'd be beautiful if they are already have some direct sales experience, but it's not necessary because I came from no experience. Self-initiators, and again, just wanting to really serve people with, they just have something to offer to the world, just something to offer. They want to exercise that we're meant to serve. I believe every single one of us is a servant leader. It looks different in everybody. I teach this model called lemon leadership, where we ask, what slice of the lemon are you? Are you a luminary? Are you a entrepreneur type? Are you a manager? Are you organizer? Are you a networker? And all of these fits into somebody's profile. And I truly want to see that when I talk to people, what part of the slice of the lemon are they? And everyone has that in there, in that DNA. Every single person has a type of leadership skills. So if I can identify that in my conversation, then it's like, okay, well, let's see what is going to move them towards seeing if this is a good fit for them or not. So I'm still in the learning process because this is a new culture for me. I've only been in this for, I don't know, 14 months, 16. And so it's quite new for me, but it's the principle of just truly seeing where they're at, what they're passionate about, what their purpose is, how they want to fulfill that. So that's that's what I'm working with right now.
That's amazing. I love to encourage people to think about their doTERRA business like you would think about a Fortune 500 company, right? So when they go into recruiting mode, do they know what they want? Absolutely. Do they know all of the skill sets that are necessary to create a successful team and organization? Absolutely. Like, they're so clear. They have entire HR departments that's all they do is they know the needs and they know how to find them. And so put on the HR hat and think of yourself as, okay, um, here's what I'm looking for. And I love how you identified passion as number one. Um, we've found that's so crucial. Um, and it could be passion for the product, it could be passion for the business, passion for purpose. But I've heard it said that I'd rather have um, how does it say? Um, passion on fire instead of knowledge on ice. Kind of this idea that you can have the most knowledge in the world, but if you're, passive and kind of lackadaisical about that, then you're going nowhere. You'll have zero
Right.
impact.
Right. You can only be directed, or you can only direct somebody or encourage somebody if they're emotion, right? If
Right.
they're standing still, there's just
Hmm.
so, and that's how I believe God moves us too. When we step
Yeah.
out in faith, then He can
Hmm.
direct us. So, and
Totally.
like I said, this is a business is a really great vehicle to overcome all your internal fears, your
Hmm.
shortcomings, and to face them. You know, again, this is a safe culture. So
Hmm.
I'm grateful for the team because I think they've created that.
Hmm.
And then meeting you and Natalie has really helped in so many ways to help reestablish that belief again.
Beautiful. Well, we are honored to be connected with you and your team. Like it's just incredible how the doTERRA family just grows and grows. There's no end to the connections and the purpose. It just continues to expand. So give us a vision for like tell us about your vision, where you see yourself 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now. where are you going from here?
I was honored to be selected as one of the 20 people on the Pacific side to attend KMR. I still can't say that name, but it's in Kona, the mountain reserve.
Oh yeah, Kealakekua.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And so, I mean, at that time, I was just a premier, and it was so amazing to be rubbing shoulders with platinums and, and diamonds, blue diamonds, and I go and presidentials, and my heart just missed that so much to be able to strategize and to see how else can we support more people to rise up, to bring back belief in themselves and to
Mm,
encourage them to just to take the next step and then to help them to logistically how to get there. I just
mm,
so miss that aspect of it, that experience. I mean, that experience had so much more to it, but that was one thing when you say vision, I long for that team of leaders again that I could work with in such a way that really just, iron sharpens iron, but in a way that will, when we all help each other, we all rise up. So was that,
mm.
that ship analogy?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The rising tide lifts all ships, right? Like it's a gift to be any part of that, right? Like it's if we all just lean in and help, then it's better for everyone.
Mhm.
And I love how the terrorist compensation plan is a direct reflection of that, right? The pools, somebody could join doTERRA now, build a team, and get a piece of the growth from us, from the Chedevies, from everyone who's ever built because of the pools. And it's so brilliant. So grateful.
It is. It really is. I mean, I wouldn't call it divine, but it's close to that because it just keeps giving and keeps creating a culture that is supportive and collaborative, not
Mhm.
competitive. So
Yeah,
it's really brilliant, really brilliant.
so powerful. So if somebody, do you mind if we open it up to questions? I know I've been yabbering on, but would you mind just taking a minute if people have questions for you?
Sure, bring it on. I'm just kidding.
Okay, perfect. It looks like Virginia is raising her hand, so let's bring her on as a panelist. Um, I know in the chat she had a question about um, lemon leadership,
Okay.
so let's just give her a chance though to see if that's her question or if she had another one. So Virginia, I think you're on live with us.
Yes.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate what you said. So, what slice of lemon are you? You said a luminary, energy, manager, organizer. What does N mean?
Networker.
Networker.
E
Thank
is
you.
actually E is actually entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Okay. Entrepreneur. I was trying to get it so I could share with my leaders. And you described this so well. Bless you.
You're welcome. So my major slice is networker and organizer. It's actually the way how you view work and what's your work language. Because there's a lot more to this model. My business mentor taught it. He taught it at Cisco, like big companies, but he also taught it in a seminar style. So I've taken his material and trained other leaders with that. It's been really helpful to understand how we view work and how we consider how we speak about work.
So
So
that's a very important thing, and I'm seeing like I'm an organizer. I'm an executor. Take the strings test, blah blah blah. So I love to do everything in the way it honors my desire to get things done. But I've
yes,
had to learn how to get permission from the person before I start unloading the encyclopedia that comes out really easy, but it's all often too much, and I've learned to ask smaller questions and not unload, not because I have the passion. That's not the issue. It just has to be directed in the right way and at the right time, and
right,
understand the cue the person is giving me, even when it isn't clear. Because sometimes the way they respond, I'm going, okay, what did you just say?
right. And I think that's a major part of the a skill that we were never taught. or have a chance to practice is the skill of listening, actually, because that will help you to ask the right questions. For me, I've had really high PV that actually helped me to push over into silver this last month. Is asking the right questions and giving them a chance to share their story. Have you noticed that when you talk ask people to talk about their health, they tell you everything, literally everything. And when I kept seeing that as a health coach too, I was so honored to create a space for them to be able to share everything. Because when they share their story, as you do when you share your story in various platforms, there's healing there already when
Mhm.
you are able to use your voice and you're able to speak and you're able to share what's on your heart of your deepest concerns. So when people offer that as a gift, I see it as an honor to listen and to listen well and then to be able to respond according to what their pain points are. So, and then with that respect, with our leaders or customers, it's just, okay, what are they really saying? What is behind the words of what they're saying? Catch the emotion part of it if you can to and then to and catch and then bring a little bit of hope into that pain that there's like whether it's usually is they just want to hear you're not alone, your body's not broken, you are not broken, you do not need to be fixed, you just need to listen into your own body to see how your body's best to respond to whatever their their health concern is or their challenges. I hope that's helpful.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Virginia.
So great. Thank you so much. Um, is there some place online or a mentor that we could follow if we want to learn more about the lemon model?
I can give you the link. I can give you the book link as well. I can
Perfect.
also share a little bit. I've done seminars, workshops for other leaders as well, to empower them. So if any one of you want to reach out, I can practice those skills again. It's been a while, but I'm happy to pull out my notes and to share and to train and to help you to train your leaders and to see and empower them as well.
I love it. All right. What other questions do you have for Felicia? So grateful. Was there a book title that you
Yeah,
shared?
called Lemon Leadership.
It's called Lemon Leadership. Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
There's an assessment that goes with it too, so I can see if I can offer you a discount. I'll talk to my business
Okay,
mentor. So just I don't know. You can DM me in Instagram or Messenger.
fantastic. Thank you so much. Awesome. Any other questions for Felicia today? Vicky's asking if there'll be a replay. Absolutely. So we've been live streaming to YouTube, and so that's available already. So you can go hop on the Share Success channel, and I recommend giving that a subscribe anyways. We've got an amazing team who's been chunking content, like the top nuggets from these calls and making those available there. So yeah, definitely go check that out.
I feel led to share one more thing, if that's
Please.
okay. It's a
Yes.
poem by Marianne Williamson. It's something that has been really, I won't spoil it. I will just speak. She says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Wow. Such wisdom and power in those words. Um, Thank you so much for sharing that. I really feel that. And doTERRA is such a unique opportunity to choose to be light, to be brilliant, to be um, just expansive and to be of influence. Anything else you want to say to expand on those words?
So much. My word this year is ignite.
Mm,
And so when the theme of leadership was shine, it's like, yes, it just takes a small spark because when there's so much darkness out there or even in our hearts, it just takes one spark to dispel darkness. You don't need to be a shining like a the sun. You just
mhm.
need to be a small spark and that will dispel. Like you have so much power in just letting your own light shine. So just want to encourage everyone with that. No matter how dim it is, it could be you could feel like you are like the darkness crowding in, you could feel like your light's dimming. Go hang out with somebody whose light is shining that you just need to draw from, to draw that strength from. And it's okay. It's okay to be to have it flickering because that's life. It's okay to be shining. And when you shine, don't be apologetic. Use
Yeah,
your voice. I think that's where we've been muzzled in the last few years. And we just need to be able to speak and use our voice because that's the one human power that no other created beings have is our voice. So do not let anyone silence you. You will be led to the right people to serve. And those who say no, it's just not yet.
yeah,
They don't know what they don't know. So just move on to the next person that's waiting for you.
absolutely. Somebody's asking what the reference is for that. Do you?
It's called Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. I can send you the links to that too with the
That's
book.
not that's not a book title, is it?
No, it's a poem.
Poem. Okay.
I'm sure she wrote a book. She's an author, spiritual writer.
Yeah, I've read lots of her books. She's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Mhm,
Yeah. So just go search that up. Our Deepest Fear, Marianne Williamson.
mhm.
Fantastic. Any parting words for us, Felicia? We're so grateful for your time and for your story and everything you've shared.
Mm.
Anything you want to say, like to inspire those who are thinking about the business, who are trying to do the business? Maybe they've tried and they've stepped away for a while. What would you share?
It's my own motto is just never give up
Yeah.
because there's somebody waiting for you. There really is somebody waiting for you to change your lives, even if it's now, just with one product. It could, you don't know what's going to happen later. So
Mhm.
this is there's some I always wake up every day, I ask the Lord, who do I get to serve today? Who do I get
Mhm.
to serve? And then he would just fill in my calendar for the day and with people I did not think of or people who reached out to me and is having the posture of service and listening. So I listen
Mhm.
to the Lord every day and then listening. What's next? What's next? I love to partner with him. He is my CEO,
Mhm.
and it's been such a fun ride. I can't wait to see where it's gonna go. So there's never, yeah, if you're discouraged, learn from that. You know,
Mhm.
if you are doubtful, learn from that. Why are you being doubtful? There's always a why underneath. This business is like a great personal development with a comp plan attached to it, and this is the best comp plan there is. So
Mhm.
take the opportunity to grow and to learn and to lean into your mentor. It could be outside doTERRA, it doesn't matter. I mean, I leaned into a sideline sister, and so it's there. We're all here for each other. We're all here to serve the world, to help the world heal.
Amen. Wow. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for who you are and thank you for choosing to shine and put yourself out there. We're all better for it. So thank you for coming on and being so generous with your time. I hope everyone else here has been as inspired as I have. Um, it's just so good to hear um, the journey, the struggle, um, the triumphs, and the process. So grateful to hear from you, to learn from your mindset, and just be to be blessed by you and who you are. So thank you so much for joining us today, Felicia.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
And thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for the great questions. So blessed by each of you. Have a blessed day and a blessed week, and we'll see you next week.